Hi, good morning and welcome. So today I thought I would do day 2 of trying out the foundation from Uoma Beauty. I was wearing the shade in the brown sugar range, which is the next darkest range, in the shade T1N, so Tango 1 November. I don't think I gave it enough justice yesterday because I think I put on quite a few moisturising products underneath the foundation. So I think what I'm going to do today, I'm about to go to work. I'm going to do what I would normally do if I'm wearing foundation, just prep my skin in the normal way and then see how the foundation performs. I just really want to give it a fair opportunity before I kind of write it off completely. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I've literally just cleansed my face, so I'm going to tone it now. So let me just get a toner. I'm just using this toner at the moment. This is the one from Origins. It's Dr. Weil and it's a mushroom. It's a mega mushroom relief and resistance toner. It's quite nice. So I just thought I'd use it up before I go back to my normal toners. This is where I started laying on the first lot of moisturising products on my face, and it's using an SPF, and the problem is I haven't got a mattifying SPF that I can use. So I've got this one which I got as a new product. So I've got that one which I used yesterday. This is an SPF 30. I've also got this Mimitica SPF 51. Let's try this one today because that one was just so grey and purple. Let's try this one. So I've got this in one of the beauty boxes. It's something that appears quite often in beauty boxes. So let's use this one. So it's a moisturiser and SPF. And if I remember correctly, it doesn't give that horrible bluey grey after effect. Yeah, you can see that. And it's not too expensive either if I remember correctly. I'll put the details down across the screen. Okay, so that will be my SPF and my moisturiser today. So that's a good start straight away. It hasn't given me that horrible blue-grey effect. So let me do my primers. So 2 primers. So I've got my all-over face primer. This is the one from Avant. We got in a glossy box, which they claim costs £85. I use this as my all-over face primer. And then I use my Becca Ever Matte Perfecting Primer as my main mattifying primer in the oilier parts of my face. Let's put this one on first. I'm going to apply with my fingers today because I haven't got time to get the brush which I left in the bathroom after I washed it. And then this one, the Becca Ever Matte one. So this just goes on my T-zone and my upper cheek areas. I'm just going to put some concealer on in the areas which I normally put it on, so just under my eyes. Right, then I'm going to set my face with powder. Any powder will do, just set it. Today I'm just using this one from Innisfree, which is the No Sebum Mineral Powder. It just kind of holds back the oils a bit. So again, I just want to give this foundation a better chance today, see if it can perform better. So definitely putting it on today, I'm getting more resistance as I apply it. Yesterday it applied really smoothly, and that's because there was so much slip from the moisture on my face. Today I'm getting that satisfying mattified skin drag, which I like. So I'm hopeful that I might get a better performance today from the foundation. Okay, that's all I'm going to put on. I'm not going to put any more on. That's enough because I am going out to work today, and I do plan on going into at least one kitchen today. Okay, that will do. You can still see a little bit of my skin poking through, so the coverage I'm getting with one layer is light to medium. It's not a medium to full, which is what I actually prefer, but I don't want to put any more on. This is why having the right colour would have been better for me. Just use the mirror, have a quick check. Yeah, it'll do. But you can see how my face looks a lot matter than it did yesterday. So that's a positive sign, methinks. Okay, let's carry on. I'm just going to use a Juvia's Place Concealer as under eye highlighter. I do feel like I haven't got enough on my forehead, so I'll come back to that in a minute. Let me just do this bit first. And I want to blend the concealer out as much as possible, because yesterday I had this thing where it kind of lifted and faded away, which was very weird. Right, is that blended enough? I think it is. It's actually blended so much that it's starting to lift away again. So this is exactly what happened yesterday. What is that all about? I don't know what that is all about. This is just too strange. So I want to blend, but then it kind of lifts off completely. So do I just leave it like that for a bit and then see what happens? And it's only happening on this side, it doesn't happen on that side. So now this side is more highlighted than that side. But yeah, that is just some strange whacked out behaviour going on there. Just going to put a little bit more foundation on my forehead because there's not enough. Oh shit, I've just pulled it all over my dress, which I'm wearing today. Oh, for crying out loud. I pulled the lid off and I pulled the whole thing off like that, and it just left a streak across my thigh and my dress. Let me see if I can wipe it off my dress before it stains, because I really haven't got time to find another dress to wear. And on my bloody sheets as well. I'm going to have to put on another dress. Okay, I'll come back and do that in a minute. Oh, for God's sake. You know when you're rushing and then things go wrong? It's like, for crying out loud. Now what's going on here? What's all this going on here? Right, I officially don't like this foundation. It is just playing with me. I don't like it. What is going on? Look at all this crap. So all up on my forehead is all patchy now. Now that I put on a second layer on. So obviously this foundation doesn't like going on in 2 layers. And it's lifting up with the concealer down here. No, mate. Oh no. This foundation it's already turning into a big no for me. I don't know how to even correct this. Look at all this. What's going on here? Can you see that? It looks like I've been punched in the face. Oh, for crying out loud. Look at this. Can you see what I'm seeing? It's literally just lifted up. So you saw what I put on. I put on a, what did I put on? So I did moisturisers, SPF 50. I did a primer, which again, nothing that I don't do already. Then I put the concealer on, and then there's all this nonsense going on. It's like, I wonder if it's a problem with the powders, because when I put the powder over the concealer yesterday to set it, that's when it started to mess up. And then underneath the foundation today, I set my primer with my powder, which is something I do in the summer, and look, it's messing up again here. Maybe this just doesn't like working with powders. Oh, good grief. I'm going to let this all dry and then I'll come back to you in a second. But this is a hot mess. Absolute hot mess. Right, are you seeing this? Are you seeing my face right now? This is an absolute joke. This foundation, Uoma Beauty say what foundation. They can say what, and they can get the hell out of my house, out of my life. Look at the state of this thing on my face. Look, look, just look. It's awful. The time now is what? It's only 2:15. I've just finished listening to the Archers, having my little break in my car, and I just thought, let me just do an check on my, no, just do an update on my face, and look at my forehead. My forehead is an absolute mess. Yes, I was wearing an inspection hat, because I have to wear a hat, you know, white hat, inspector's hat, when I do my inspections. But this amount of fading and transfer is just a joke. Just look at all around here, around my eyes. I'm actually embarrassed that I've actually been talking to business owners and my face was looking like this. I'm absolutely mortified, to be honest. This looks like, excuse my French, this looks like shit. I'm actually wondering if it's worthwhile me just getting some tissue and just wiping my face off completely. I don't know what to do. I mean, this looks awful. I don't want anyone to see me. That's how bad this is. Oh, God. Don't know what to do, guys. Really don't know what to do. But Uoma Beauty, this foundation, it ain't, no, it's not for people with oily skin. That's all I can say. It is so not for anybody with oily skin. It doesn't work well with other products, and it looks like shit. Hi, good evening. I am back. It's been, I suppose about 7 hours, maybe? Near enough 7 hours, I think I've been wearing this foundation for. That's the time now. So what's that? It's 5:20. I think I finished applying the foundation about 10:30. So yeah, it's just coming up to 7 hours. So it's roughly about the same amount of time I wore the foundation for yesterday. What can I say? I really, really, really just hate this foundation. You saw what happened at my halfway check-in today. How my face looked was not good. I mean, it doesn't look that much better now. I mean, okay, I've had time since then I've blotted my face. I used a tissue, I blotted my face. I got some pressed powder and just kind of powdered my face down a bit and just tried to move the foundation around to fill the gaps and stuff. So it didn't look as bad as it did, but it still looks absolutely terrible. To be quite honest, I literally just hate this foundation because it wasn't even that hot a day. It just has not performed at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give my final thoughts on this foundation. Considering yesterday and today, I'm going to use my top system and just score this foundation. But I think you pretty much know how I feel about this foundation already, yeah? Alright, so let's go. So transfer in oil I do by using these blotting sheets. Again, think about what happened today, halfway through, how oily my skin was then, how the foundation had transferred to the white hat I was wearing when I do my inspections. It wasn't even just a little bit of a transfer, it was full on transfer. This makeup just slid off my face. So let me do this, because I don't think there's much left on my face now anyway. I mean, there's hardly anything left on my face now. It's all being rubbed off already. Alright, so that's one. There's hardly any foundation on that at all because it's already all rubbed off already. Okay, that's two. And I'll do one more just to mop up. There you go, so 1, 2, there's 3, okay. And then considering what happens during the day, transfer this foundation out of 10. This foundation is a damn mess when it comes to transfer. So it's just getting a 1 out of 10 for me. It was a disaster, a complete utter disaster. Oil control didn't control my oils at all. My oils started to come through sort of within like 2 hours again, like yesterday. And then once the oil came through, the foundation was a complete utter mess. So for oil control, it's getting a 1 out of 10 again. For performance, so how did the foundation apply? The foundation applies fairly easily using a sponge or a brush. But what happens with when it's used with other products, it starts to lift off. It doesn't seem to like working with powders. So I'm not sure if it's powders or with concealers, but it's like you put this foundation on once and once only. I don't know if it's a case of that I need to let it dry before I put a second layer on, because one layer is only giving me a light to medium coverage. But once I try to put a second layer on, the foundation starts to lift off, and then again once you put powders on with it, it just becomes a complete mess. Once the oil starts coming through during the day, this foundation not only transfers, it starts to slip, it starts to melt, it starts to separate. It's a complete utter disaster as far as an oily skinned person goes. So for me, this foundation, as far as performance goes, I'm giving it a 0. I think it was absolutely shite. I know I sound like I'm being really, really harsh, but I don't think I've ever had a foundation that's performed this badly. Or if I have, I can't remember. It's been a damn long time since I've had such a poor performing foundation. Price wise, well, it's £29.50, so you know it's in the high end price range bracket, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not worth the money, because the way how this performed, there are cheaper foundations that perform a lot better than that. So as far as price and the value of it goes, it's only going to be decent value if you've got sort of dry to normal skin, maybe possibly combination. But for me personally, as an oily skinned person, absolutely it's a no-no. So as far as value goes, £29.50, I absolutely regret spending this much money on this foundation, and to me that should have been a hint. The fact that it took me so long to find the right shade and to get hold of this foundation, that should have been my clue to tell me that all the forces out there, God was basically saying to me, you don't need this foundation, you don't need it. Because foundation should be easy. It should be a pick up, buy and try, and that's it. No, there was a lot of humming and hawing and deciding, and I didn't know what to do about the shade range. It was just a mess. It came out around the same time as the Juvia's Place Iron Magic foundation, and I had difficulty in choosing the shade in that foundation, but nowhere near as much difficulty as this. This was just too hard. So as far as I'm concerned, price wise, to me, it's not worth it. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10, because I'm giving it a 2 because there are other foundations that cost the same amount of money. And if you've got normal skin, dry skin, you probably see some value in this foundation. But for me, no. If I had my bin here, I would just throw it in. I literally am going to throw this foundation away now, because... and I've never thrown something away so quickly before. I don't even want to try it again because it was that much of a disaster. Shade range, well, the shade range is good. It's got, what, 40 plus shades? So great. And the way how it's all divided up in the different skin kins that you've got, I think that's an excellent idea. Still found it difficult to find your right shade online, but the shade range is excellent. So I think for what they've got and the idea behind how you can change, how you can find your shade, and the skin benefits that each shade range has, the way how the foundation is made for each type of skin. So if you've got fair skin, chances are your skin's going to be more dry, so the foundation formula is modified to suit you. Whereas if you've got deeper skin tones, for the dark and the deep skin tones, they consider that your skin is more likely to be oily combination, so the formula of the foundation does take that in consideration. Also takes into consideration things like hyperpigmentation that sort of my deeper dark skinned colleagues all have, so the formula considers that. So I think that all the thinking and the idea and the concept behind it, I think that is excellent, and that's like, oh wow. Shade range again is excellent again. So I can't really knock them for the shade range. It's just that it's just damn difficult. Unless you can go in and do a swatch, it's still difficult to find your correct shade, because as I said earlier in the video, probably yesterday I said this, even people who bought their products in America, who bought the products online, using the information online about the foundation, they still managed to buy the wrong shade. And again, I did the same thing. So something's not right. If we're all managing to pick the wrong shade for us, because I'm normally pretty good when it comes to picking my shade of product online. I've been pretty good at doing that. So to get it so wrong with this, and it's an expensive mistake to make as well, £29.50. So for me, shade range, excellent. The concept behind it is excellent. Difficulty in picking your right shade is still too hard. So for that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm just going to knock a bit off because of the difficulty in finding the right shade. So it's a 9 out of 10. So I don't know what my score is, but I know that this has got to be one of the lowest scoring foundations I have ever had. And when I say it, I'm seriously just going to throw this in the bin now. I am. Or this is the other thing I could do, because at the end of the day, it's a £29.50 foundation. It's brown sugar. It's in the brown sugar range. It's the shade T1N. If you want this foundation off me, you know, just contact me on Instagram. We'll arrange something, you know, I'll sell it to you for, I don't know, because I paid £29.50 for it. It's now a used product. I've only used it twice, as you've seen. About 5 pumps in total have come out of it. So you've still got the majority of it. So I'd say this is a foundation for someone who has got normal to dry skin. Maybe you want to risk it if you've got combination skin, but I would say no. I would say this is mainly for people who have got normal dry skin. Even this formula, which is supposed to be suitable for people who have got oily combination skin. If you want this, contact me via Instagram. I feel bad for even doing this, but yeah, first person to contact me, I'm going to ask you to pay for it. Obviously, it's not going to be something ridiculous. If I say £10 in total, so I will post this out to you. So if you're willing to pay me £10 to my PayPal account, you can have this foundation. So you're getting it for less than half price. Yeah. So I'm saying £10. I've already had 5 pumps out of it. I'm more than willing to send this out to you. But for me, oily skin girl that I am, this is a no dog. It really is. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. God, I feel awful. I know I'm going to get slammed and criticised for saying everything I've said about it, because people are going to say to me, it's a fellow sister creating this, man, you should be supporting her. But listen, end of the day, I'm spending my money on a product, yeah, and I want the product to work. I don't care who's created it. If it doesn't do what I want it to do, no, I don't care who created it. All right, so for me, no. I'm going to leave it there now. If you enjoyed this video, even with me ranting and raving like a madwoman about this whole thing, please show your appreciation by giving me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Obviously, it helps my channel to grow if you show your appreciation by subscribing, leaving a thumbs up, and leaving a comment down below as well. And before I go, please don't forget that I have got a giveaway going at the moment. So the giveaway is in 2 forms. It's on Instagram and it's on YouTube. So there's a winner for Instagram and there's a winner for YouTube. All you have to do to enter is apparently I'm celebrating 3 years on YouTube, which I think is like, really? I managed to keep this going for 3 years? Good God. I did a post on Instagram about this, and in that Instagram post, I've given instructions on how to enter the giveaway. So it's literally just give me a positive comment, an uplifting, encouraging comment, or phrase or a saying in that post. So leave your phrase or your comment under that Instagram post, not anywhere else, because if you leave it anywhere else, I won't see it and I won't take that into consideration. And obviously you've got to follow me on Instagram. Okay, so that's the Instagram one. And if you want to increase your chances of winning a prize on YouTube, same thing. So in my community post, so in my, not my last, but my second to last community post, my 3 years on YouTube, I left a community post, same thing. And again, I've asked you to leave a positive comment, so something that is uplifting and encouraging to empower people. Leave your saying or phrase in that community post only, nowhere else. And obviously you do have to be a subscriber to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, then it doesn't matter how many comments you leave. If you're not subscribed, you ain't entered into the competition. So I've got 2 prizes, 2 giveaway prizes. I will pick out, and it's not even going to be a random pick out. I'm going to pick out the phrase that I like the best on each. And I'm feeling like Mean Girl today, all right? So Sure. All right, that's it. I'm gone before I get myself in a whole lot of trouble on YouTube. Take care, guys. I will see you soon. Bye.